There are other drains in your life that don't necessarily pop straight into your mind. So let's see if we can work out what some of these are. So you've got a worksheet which you've hopefully printed off, and on there you've got a list of common drains that lots and lots of people have. So let's take some time now to go through the list and score everything that's on it. Feel free to stop the recording as you do bits and pieces of this activity. It'll make it a bit easier for you. So let's go through the list and give everything a score. You might give it a score of 0, 1 or 2, and that's going to depend on how big a drain it is for you. So if you give it a score of 0, it means that this thing is not a drain at all. It doesn't feature for you and it does not cause you any problems. If you give it a score of 1, it means it's a bit of a drain. It's not a major one, but it is a bit of a nuisance. And 2 means it's a real whopper, something that is a major drain in your life that you really need to see to. So once you've scored everything, add up your total score and write it on your worksheet. This is your drain quotient. Now when you think about all of these things, how do you feel? Write down how all of these things make you feel as you think about them. And if you're like most people, just thinking about it's going to be tiring, and looking at it will be quite draining. So let's see if we can make that feeling a little bit better now. So get your list again and go through it for the second time, but this time you're thinking about this time next week. So rescore everything in the second column as if it's a week from today and that you've managed to tackle some of them. If you know that you're going to be able to tackle an item that you gave a score of 1 or 2 for previously, and you're going to be able to get rid of it completely, it's now going to get a score of 0 because in a week's time it will not be a drain for you anymore. If you're able to do some work on an item that you gave a score of 2 to, but maybe not get rid of it completely, it's now going to get a score of 1, as it's only going to be a nuisance instead of a major drain in a week's time. Anything that you can't tackle in a week is going to stay the same score as you gave it before. Now of course all zeros are going to stay as zeros because they're not drains anyway, and they're not going to be in a week's time either. If you've got any questions about that, make sure you ask in the cafe. Now once you've done this, add up your second score and write it on your worksheet. Is this any different to the first score that you got? For most people it will be, and for many of us it'll be quite a significant change in score. So how much is the difference? This is how much better you're going to be feeling this time next week. Now when you look at that, think about how you feel now as opposed to earlier. Hopefully you feel much better and possibly even a little bit excited.